What up, my fellow Norm Macdonald fans? We're back, man. We're back. We're still, technically in mourning here for the passing of our man and our hero, Norm Macdonald. But the way we can prevent his second death, if you will, is by just remembering him, trying our best to emulate him. Kind of wish I need to get. Maybe we should make some. What would Norm do? Bracelets. But something apparently you guys, several of you all have told me that I need to check out him talking about Bob. I don't know how to say his name. Uecker? Whatever. I'm sure during the video here we're gonna see how to pronounce it. But apparently Norm talking about this guy is hilarious. And as always, the I'm Not Norm channel coming through, making compilations of these for us to check it out. So appreciate y'all suggesting this. Remember to remember Norm, and appreciate that we had the chance to watch him, and that he's left us so much good, rich stuff, and so much stuff I still haven't seen. So again, that's how this channel started, was Norm reactions, and let's keep it going. So here we go. Thanks for being here. And as always, hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet.
Where does Bob Uecker rank among the funniest?
Bob Uecker.
He's one of the funniest guys ever. Yeah, no question.
After your show last night, you were telling Bob Uecker stories to a few of us.
But that's a naturally funny guy.
Okay, I'm going to pause right here just so that in case y'all don't know, because I didn't. Oh, okay. So Robert Uecker is an American former Major League Baseball player and current sportcaster. Facetiously. How the frick do you pronounce that word? Facetiously? Is that a word? Dubbed Mr. Baseball by Johnny Carson. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know who this is. Okay. So anyway, I don't know if you guys were like me. American immigrant. I'm pulling that card.
Yeah.
There's so many naturally funny guys. Sometimes with stand-up, I'll get in a cab, and the guy will tell me, you got to be the funniest guy ever, He's just this cab driver, way funnier than me. And he goes, I don't know how you do it. And I'm going, wow, that's good, because you'd be way better than I would. He's like, how do you do it? You stand up on stage. I could never do it. I guess I'll just have to drive this cab for the rest of my life. What do you do again? Stand up there? Nah, that seems impossible. So I go, that's good.
You were saying that Bob Uecker kept inviting you into the booth during spring training?
That's right, the great Bob Uecker.
How did it unfold where Bob Uecker thought, I want to have this guy, Norm Macdonald, in my broadcast booth during spring training games?
Well, I just progressed, I got a lot of older friends, so I like old fellas from the previous generation. But, yeah, he's funny, and we were talking last night about, he'll often in the booth when I'm with him, when people are asking for his autograph on a baseball, he'll have me sign the baseball as well, thinking he's doing me a favor, but he's doing no one a favor. No one enjoys it.
And he would use the cough button to mess with you too, right?
Yeah, he would use the cough button, Phil.
This is one of the just hearing Norm. Hearing Norm. Okay, when I first started listening to him, by the way, I was always like wondering, is he high or something? Because just that nasally, just I don't. That sound like his thinking. I always thought that. So, but listening to it today, I'm getting the melancholy's coming in.
Cania, cough buttons and so forth.
Finding out that Bob Uecker was a legitimately funny guy was the most interesting thing I've learned in 2011.
There's a guy in baseball that I have loved for many, many years.
Right.
Not so much as a player, because he was a little bit, I guess he was unheralded as a player.
Right.
But as a broadcaster and a personality, and Bob Uecker, and you got to spend time with him. He's the voice of the Brewers and has been forever.
Bob Uecker, me and the great Norm Macdonald, the comedian,
Very funny guy.
I listened to I did listen to this guy's little like tribute to Norm because apparently they did Dirty Work together. I haven't watched Dirty Work the whole way through, y'all, and I'm planning a live stream on the Patreon channel. I'm actually recently got everything ready on my software here for us to be able to do it and watch Dirty Work together. So I'm really excited about that. Comment down below your interest in attending.
Bob Uecker, me and the great Norm Macdonald, the comedian you
Very
know,
funny.
the funniest 24-hour period of my life we spent with Bob Uecker. Norm did a commercial with him, and he invited me and Norm into the booth to watch him do play-by-play for a preseason Brewers-Cubs game. Now, you know about broadcasting. He's an old-timer, and you think they're going to be very dignified and not too edgy because he's an old-time guy.
Right.
But and he's a brilliant broadcaster, but in the booth they have what's called a cough button. You're announcing the game, and if you have to cough, you hit the button so you're not on the air and you can cough. Well, what Uecker does, it was like watching a jazz musician. He would like announce a play, and he would hit the cough button to say something filthy about a hot chick he saw in the audience. To me and Norm, and then he would go right back into the play.
Really?
I mean, we were astonished. He was our hero when we left. So he would do stuff like this. He'd go, here's Sosa, ground ball to shortstop. Look at the body on that broad. Over to first base, go down.
That's awesome.
Oh, buddy. Slicing it pretty thin, isn't it?
I mean, like, he would get back in a millisecond. And because he's an old-time guy, he would use those old-time, like, Damon Runyon words for a woman or something. Sometimes he would...
Oh, word.
There's a fly ball to center field. Boy, I'd like to get with that trollop. That's the ball game.
Don't know. Never heard that before.
Get with that trollop.
Never heard that before.
Look at the yams on that dame. Over to third base. Isn't out.
Is he joking? He's probably
an
joking,
older
yeah.
guy now, isn't he? I mean, he's got to be in his late 70s, I would think.
He's an older guy, but he just is like, he told us, we had a steak dinner with him, and he told us this great story about, you know, Harry Carey, the classic Cubs announcer.
Right.
He said that there's a steakhouse in Phoenix they used to go to, and Harry Carey would get so blind drunk that they would play a joke on him. He'd be ordering food, and they'd get one of the waitresses to serve his last drink topless. And they wouldn't, no one else would acknowledge it. So they would think, they want Harry Carey to think he was hallucinating. So they're all sitting there. This girl comes in topless and to give him this drink. No one does anything. And Harry Carey's drunk and he goes, "Hey, did you see the girl's topless?" They would go, "Harry, what are you talking about?"
That's good. That's a good one.
Listen here, you must be loaded. He's like, "You're telling me you can't see her breasts are hanging out.
Pretty strong Harry
I've got to
Carey.
quit drinking."
I would be remiss here if I didn't bring up something. People have been bothering me about this for months.
Oh, here we
and months.
go.
People come on the
Bob
show
Uecker.
and they say,
I want to hear Norm talk about it. Here we go.
He's got some tremendous stories about the great Bob Uecker. Now, do you have a story you can tell us about Bob Uecker? Voice of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Well, Bob Uecker is one of my best friends.
Gosh. Just seeing him, man. I'm still need to keep working my way through. I started another series where I was just going through all of Norm Macdonald's late night show appearances. So, and this is one I haven't seen yet, so I'm excited for this, but I need to keep working my way through that, man, because watching him on late night talk shows is fantastic. One of the best, probably the best.
Friends is a great man. I know Artie told a story when he was here, and Bob was not too thrilled with that. But
it's Artie Lang you're talking
Artie
about.
Lang, yeah. But Bob is a very, very funny man, and I often go in the booth with him, you know.
Oh, sure.
So one time we were there, and John Fogerty was in the audience. Mm-hmm. You know, a fortunate son, you know. So John Fogerty was there. So Bob Uecker is a very interesting guy. He thinks of everybody as the same. He doesn't think of people as stars or anything like that. He's a very down-to-earth guy. So he was talking to me, and he says, "Hey, man, you know that guy?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "That's John Fogerty, rock and roll singer." So I go, "Yeah, I know who it is." He goes, "Yeah, man." He goes, "But I played in a golf tournament with him." He goes, "You probably think of him as some that likes to bite the heads off of chickens, but this guy can..."
Okay, you guys, in case you don't know, this is on CBS.
Exactly how I think of him.
This guy can get it out of the sand trap like nobody's business.
Oh my God!
So he goes, he's got a hell of a set of pipes on him. He goes, come the seventh inning stretch, I'll have him up here. He'll sing for you. So I said, no, Bob, don't do that. Like, don't have him come up and sing for me, please, you know. He goes, what's matter, man? Don't you even know who he is? He got all mad. So I go, yes, Bob, I know who he is. He did Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, he did all that.
Oh my God! He just keeps going, dude. Hey,
Well, there you go.
to make the story, you got to tell the story as it is.
Yeah.
Can't censor the story.
Norm, right across the street on Broadway there to
Please
Caroline's.
have Bob on the show. He's the
Yeah, I would
funniest
love to
guy
get
ever.
Bob on the show.
I talked to Bob Uecker, by the way.
Here we go.
Did you? Did you see that?
Okay, here they are together.
Whatever.
Was he really?
Was he?
What do you mean?
Last time I went on Letterman, I told a story about Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
And what did he say? Does he not remember it?
He said, no.
So what happened? Did Uecker actually call you after Artie was on Letterman?
I was in Arizona, so I said, I'll go to spring training. Forgetting that I saw Artie do it. It was really funny sometimes you do things on TV and you forget that it's a human being you're talking about.
I think it was. The other thing he did was he was on Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah.
And he found out that 4 years into the show, he found out that the actor who played Mr. Belvedere might be a homosexual.
Right.
So,
No, I asked him a question because Fred Wolf told me there was a rumor that Mr. Belvedere, the actor, during a read-through, sat on his own balls.
Right.
At a read-through, and I didn't know if it was a myth or not.
Yeah.
So Uecker, he doesn't listen too much. Oh boy. So I said, is it true, Bob, that I heard this thing about Mr. Belvedere that he was at a read-through, and then he goes, oh yeah, he was a huge fucking fag.
Oh my gosh!
I said, I remember you from Mr. Belvedere. And he goes, that guy was fucking riding up the Hershey Highway.
Nice fucking guy, though.
And then we golf with him, Howard. We're golfing with him, and again, it's a guy you see on TV.
When was this? Because this is they're using the. I think I've seen bits from this interview before. It's crazy how times have changed. Remember, keep it in context. Things have changed. Words have progressed. The last one we reacted to, where we used that word, a lot of y'all got mad, and just got to keep it in context. Got to remember.
And but there's two women in front of us with two guys.
Right.
And he's like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And he starts screaming. He goes, start moving. What is that, a gang fuck up there?
Oh my gosh!
So he's a fun guy.
He's the funniest guy I've ever met in my life.
How do you become friends with a guy like Uecker? You'd think
I know.
That is a
I
random
would've become
friendship.
friends.
but I just think you two guys would have no reason to get together. Here you are, this irreverent comic. And,
We did a Miller Lite commercial.
that started the friendship.
But anyways, I was in Arizona a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks, a month ago, whatever, for spring training, and I went up to the booth, and he goes, man, what about that fucking Artie Klein?
Artie Klein.
And then he goes, he really is not like Artie Klein anymore. And he goes,
He doesn't know Artie
Good,
Klein.
fuck Artie Klein.
Yeah, Artie Klein's an asshole.
yeah.
Right.
He goes, the funniest thing is, he goes, that cocksucker must be running a little short of material.
I don't know what it is about me loving to hear. Okay, you guys need to remember that I'm a church-going man and whatnot, and I try to watch my language. There's something about the way that Norm Macdonald, I've never used and said this word out loud. Okay, but there's something endearing for me when Norm says the word cock. Man, I feel that felt exhilarating. I actually said that word. Don't at me. Man, that felt incredibly exhilarating. I know I just said that, but I hit pause on the recording by accident. So, all right. Here we go. Norm.
How old a guy is he?
Man, he looks good. He has two like artificial knees he just got in.
He's probably like in his 80s.
Right. So I go, how are the knees? He goes, fucking great, man. I can still give a fucking blowjob.
Oh my God!
I shouldn't be saying any of this.
Yeah, Jesus, Norm, you're doing the same thing.
I know.
The man's got grandkids.
I know.
He's giving blowjobs?
I said it clean on Letterman.
What the hell does that mean? He's giving a blowjob.
Well, he's clearly not.
He told us a story. What was the story?
Remember when he brought us back to the hotel?
Oh
We
man!
were going in, and there was a bar, and he said, man, that bar looks like it's got some good cock in it.
Oh my gosh!
And we were kind of
This guy, whoever this guy
He
is.
was trying. I think. That's true.
Wow, he's
apparently
wild.
Norm can't remember any of the insulting things I remember.
But I remember why. I found out why he said it because I asked Bob Costas. I said that seems very strange, and he said that athletes use that term for women, for pussy.
No,
Yeah,
I think what happened was
because they're so masculine.
That's crazy.
Because they're so masculine that
Why does my YouTube do this? Oh, the Norm Macdonald tribute from Laugh Planet. That might be fun to watch. Well, we might check that out. All right. The Bob Uecker stories. I don't know if this was reaction material, but regardless, it's part of remembering Norm, and I just wanted to keep documenting my love for Norm. And I documented on here. Man, I can't have this up. Because, right, I document like these videos for my kids to watch me when they grow up, to see what their dad was like in his 30s and whatnot. And I just used that word, and I feel weird. But it was also so exciting. Especially because I just had heard Norm Macdonald say it, so I had to emulate him. Well, all right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Again, let me know if you want to watch Dirty Work together. Much love. Peace out.